Section 4. Building the project. In this section, we'll be building the project, the to-do application using Ionic 4. And in this lesson, we'll start by creating a new Ionic 4 application, and then we'll configure that application to connect it to a new Firebase project. If you want, you can use the Firebase project that we have been using in the last section, or you can go ahead and create a new project. If you are using the older Firebase project, make sure that you get rid of all the data that you have in your Cloud Firestore and Firebase authentication. So we'll start by creating a new Ionic 4 application using the Ionic CLI, and for this I have created a new folder called Final Project, and inside this folder I'll use the Ionic CLI to create a new Ionic application. It prompts me if I want to try Ionic 4, and I am going to say yes. And you can see that a new folder called To-Do App is created in the Final Project folder, and it contains all the files and folders of our new Ionic project. Once this project is created, we'll open this project folder in Visual Studio Code. So here we are inside Visual Studio Code, and the first thing we'll do is install Firebase in this Ionic project. So I'll just go ahead and type in npm install firebase -- save. This will install Firebase and will also add an entry to the package.json file. Now that Firebase has been installed successfully, we need to go to our app.module.ts file, and here we need to write the code to configure Firebase. We'll start by importing Firebase, so I'll just go ahead and type in import star as Firebase from Firebase. Next, we'll use the initialize app function from Firebase to configure this application. The initialize app function, as we know, takes in a JSON object, and we can get that JSON object from the Firebase console. So I'll switch to Firebase console, and here you can see that I'm using the older Firebase project that I have been using for the last section. I'll delete the user that I have in Firebase authentication, and I'll also delete the collection that I have in the database section. Once I have deleted everything, I'll go to the project overview section, click on Add Firebase to Web App button, and copy this JSON object from here, come back to Visual Studio Code and paste in this JSON object. The configuration is now complete, but while we are at it, we'll also add timestamp in snapshot setting for Firestore. So I'll just go ahead and type in firebase.firestore.settings, and the settings function takes in a JSON object which will contain only one key, timestamps in snapshots, and will set it to true. Let's save the file, and now you can close your app.module.ts file. That's all about configuring the new Ionic application to connect to Firebase. Now that we have created this new Ionic application and configured it to connect to Firebase, in the next lesson we are going to work on the user sign up page.